Hello friends, good morning. Myself Abhilash from Pratishtha Education. Okay, I am General Awareness Faculty for SSC and CHSL exam. So before beginning with our YouTube session, I'd like to inform you about our paid course. So our paid course is going to start from 1st June 2024. So the other features include we have a well meticulously planned curriculum. Okay, so wherein we cover all the subjects of the examination, that is SSC and SSC. Okay, so the subjects include quantitative aptitude, general awareness, reasoning and also English. Okay, next thing is we are going to give also the mock test. So the mock tests include full length mocks, topic wise mocks and also weekly quizzes. So the weekly quizzes will help you to revise the topic then and there itself. Okay, and the cherry on the top is that each of the student will be allotted what? Allotted a mentor. Why the students are allotted mentor? To analyze your performance. The mentor will help you to analyze your performance of your test. Okay, suppose you are scoring less in any topic, the mentor will ask you to, apart from the live classes, ask you to watch the previously recorded classes so that you can revise the topic again and give the test again, wherein you can give the test again so that your marks can increase. That will give you confidence with respect to the topic. So based on this, your preparation will be holistic. Okay, this is about the features. Remember friends, it is going to start from 1st June 2024. Okay, let's get started with our general awareness topic. So before diving into a topic, I'd like to inform you about in brief about what general awareness is. Okay, general awareness for SSC is going to be divided into three parts, that is general subjects, that is it includes subjects like history, polity, geography and economy, general science. Okay, and static GK. Static GK includes something like highest, peak, lowest sea level point. Okay, deepest trenches and also something like places in news. Places in news include national parks of importance, national parks which are in use. Okay, biosphere resource, the states having highest marine biodiversity, the states having highest mangrove biodiversity, something like that. That is the static GK. Okay, next thing is current affairs. Current affairs we are going to cover in a very structured way so that you will be able to remember and recall in the examination. So next we will get started with our topic, that is we are going to start with Indian polity. Okay friends, when we talk about Indian polity, it is synonymous with Indian constitution. What do I mean by that, friends? When I say Indian polity is synonymous with Indian constitution, basically we are going to study Indian constitution. When we say Indian polity, we are going to study about Indian constitution. So when it comes to Indian constitution, some of the people must be knowing that we have to study about preamble, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, DPSPs, parliament, president and also Election Commission of India, some constitutional bodies, amendments to the constitution, emergency provisions like national emergency, state emergency or president's rule and financial emergency, etc. But before studying all these topics, we have to know one thing, that we have to know who framed the constitution. Okay, we have to know who framed the constitution. Okay, we have to know who framed the constitution. Okay, excuse me, we have to know who framed the constitution. Okay, and we also have to know which is the body that is involved in making of the constitution, that is which is the body that is involved in the making of the constitution. Okay, and what is the composition of that body, what is the composition of the body that was involved in the making of the constitution. Okay, that is composition. Okay, that we are going to learn composition. So we have to learn about the framers of the constitution. We are going to learn about which body, that is the topic of discussion of today, that is Constituent Assembly. The body which was involved in the making of the Indian constitution is Constituent Assembly. We have to learn about the composition, how the people were elected, whether they were elected, appointed, selected or whatever, nominated, that we are going to learn in this class. Okay, so Constituent Assembly. So Constituent Assembly, it basically is a constitution making body. Okay, Constituent Assembly is basically a constitution making body. So we have to learn about the idea of Constituent Assembly. First time in the world, the idea of Constituent Assembly was given by an Englishman. First time the idea of Constituent Assembly was given by an Englishman. His name was Sir Henry Man. Okay, his name was Sir Henry Man. Very important friends. This has been asked in SSC MTS exam. Okay, whether this idea was accepted by the British? No, this idea was not accepted by the British. It was rejected by the British. Okay, next when it comes to country level, so the idea of Constituent Assembly as an idea was given by an Englishman, but at the adoption level, the idea of Constituent Assembly was first adopted by America. Okay, first adopted by America, not Europe, not English, not Sweden, not Russia. It was first adopted by America and then by France. Okay, then by France. Remember friends, this has also been asked in SSC examinations many times. First was America, next by France. Okay friends, it is at the world level. This is the idea of Constituent Assembly at the world level. Okay, each and every point which I discuss is very important from the examination point of view. So please pay attention friends. Okay, so please pay attention. Each and every word which I speak is very important. Each and every word which I highlight is very important. Okay friends, let's get started with idea of Constituent Assembly with respect to India. Idea of Constituent Assembly in India was first given by our famous freedom fighter Sri Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Tilak ji gave the idea of Constituent Assembly. When did he give? He gave it on 1850. He gave it in 1850, not 1850. Sorry, it is 1895. Okay, how did he give? Through Swaraj Bill. So he put forward the Swaraj Bill in Legislative Assembly. Okay, Bal Gangadhar Tilak put forward the Swaraj Bill in Legislative Assembly in 1895. What happened to this bill? This bill was rejected by the British. But very important thing, first Indian to give the idea of Constituent Assembly in India was Sri Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He gave it when? In 1895. Okay, next in 1922, Mahatma Gandhi gave the idea of Constituent Assembly. What did he actually say? He said that the constitution making body for India should be made by the Indians and constitution should be made as per the needs and wishes of the Indians. This was the exact statement given by Mahatma Gandhi. So after 1895, the idea or the demand for Constituent Assembly was made by Sri Mahatma Gandhi in 1922. Okay, understood friends? First was Tilak, next was Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, next in 1920 and 1919 some important event was going on, that is Khilafat movement and also non-cooperation movement. See, non-cooperation movement began in 1919-1920. Okay, but in 1921 an incident happened, that is Chauri Chaura incident where violence broke out in a police station. See, Gandhiji always propagated non-violence through satyagraha. Okay, but he got disappointed when a police station was burnt out by the satyagrahis in Chauri Chaura in Uttar Pradesh. So when this happened, he was very deeply disappointed. So what did he do? He called off the non-cooperation movement. So when the non-cooperation movement was called off, some enthusiastic people like Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das in 1923, they formed their own party because they were disappointed by the Congress. They were disappointed with Mahatma Gandhi calling off the non-cooperation movement. So they formed the Swaraj Party. Okay, they formed the Swaraj Party in 1923. By whom? By Motilal Nehru and also C.R. Das. C.R. Das is nothing but Chittaranjan Das. Okay friends, that is Chittaranjan Das. Okay, in 1923. Okay, this is also very important. They can ask who formed the first Swaraj Party. It is friends Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. And 1924, Motilal Nehru put forward the idea for Constituent Assembly for India. So first was Tilak, 1922 it is Mahatma Gandhi, and in 1924 it was by Motilal Nehru, not Jawaharlal Nehru friends, it is Motilal Nehru. Okay, remember friends. Okay, they can ask the chronology also. First Tilak, then Gandhiji and Motilal Nehru. They can give 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4, 1, something like that. Okay, question can be asked in any way, but if you know the concept you will be able to answer in any way. Okay, so friends, next coming to who gave the idea further. Okay, that is further who demanded the idea of Constituent Assembly, that is it was put forward by famous jurist or famous person. His name was M.N. Roy in 1934. His name was M.N. Roy, that is Manvinder Nath Roy. Some places they write it as R.A.Y. or R.A.Y. Nothing wrong, both are acceptable. In 1934 it was formally the demand for Constituent Assembly. The formal demand for Constituent Assembly was put forward by M.N. Roy. Remember friends, formal demand for the first time was put forward by M.N. Roy. This has also been asked in the SSC CGL exam itself. Okay, formal demand for Constituent Assembly by whom? Not Mahatma Gandhi, not Bala Gangadhar Tilak, not Motilal Nehru, but it was by M.N. Roy. Okay, next, who put forward the demand? It was put forward by INC. When did it put forward? In 1937. See, some background about INC we have to learn. See, when it comes to INC, when was it formed? INC was formed in 1885. Okay, 28 December. Okay, where in first session was held in Bombay. By whom? British retired civil servant. His name was Alan Acton Home. Okay, so although it was formed in 1885, the demand for Constituent Assembly was made by the Congress in 1937. So, like you know, see, Congress used to hold sessions each year at different places. Okay, like that in 1937 it held a session in Faizpur. Where is Faizpur? Faizpur is in Maharashtra. Faizpur session, it is in Maharashtra. Okay, we have to remember that. Here it is. Faizpur is in Maharashtra. So Indian National Congress session in Faizpur, they demanded a Constituent Assembly for India in 1937. Also very important friends, you have to remember that, see, in Faizpur session, what is the importance of Faizpur session is that you have to understand that this was the first session to be held in a rural area. That is, it was held in a village. That is, Faizpur is a village. You have to understand that. Friends, you have to understand that Faizpur is a village. Before that, the Indian National Congress sessions were held in all major cities like Lucknow, Lahore, Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, like that. Okay, so this was the first session where the Indian National Congress session was held in a village, that is rural area. Okay, so first was 1895 by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, we have to remember. Next, Mahatma Gandhi ji. Next, 1924 by Motilal Nehru. Before that, in 1923, a famous event happened, that is, they formed a Swaraj Party, by whom Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. Okay, but C.R. Das didn't put forward the demand for Constituent Assembly. It was friends put forward by Motilal Nehru. Remember, friends. Okay, it was put forward by Motilal Nehru, friends, not C.R. Das. And in 1934, formal demand for Constituent Assembly was made by M.N. Roy. Okay, in 1937, friends, Congress put forward the demand in Faizpur session. Faizpur is in Maharashtra. Okay, next important thing is, this was the first Indian National Congress session to be held in a village, that is in rural areas. Before it was held in major cities. Okay, next, going forward about Constituent Assembly, next we have to learn the chronology of events. Then what happened after the demand of Constituent Assembly was made by the Congress? See, one thing is, the Second World War broke out. Okay, the Second World War broke out when 1st September 1939. What was the immediate cause? Immediate cause was Germany attack on Poland. Okay, Germany attacked Poland on 1st September 1939. Germany attacked Poland. So what was India's response? India stayed neutral. It did not support Germany, neither did it support Poland. But without the Indian people's or India's consent, on 3rd September 1939, the British announced that India supports Britain in the war. Okay, Britain was also involved with the Second World War. So the British announced that India supports Britain in the war. Okay, British was ruling India, but that doesn't mean they can take their decisions without the consent of Indians. So this infuriated the Indians, that is the Congress and the Muslim League. Okay, so what happened next? We'll study. Okay, so the Congress and the Muslim League, like I said, was infuriated by this decision of the British, saying that Indians are also going to support the British in the war. Okay, so in order to ensure that Indians support the British in the Second World War, they started giving offer. See, suppose I ask a child to go and get something from a shop, he may not get it immediately. So may I have to offer him some tips. That's so I will tell him, in order to bring 2 kgs of rice, I'll give him 10 rupees extra, I'll ask him to buy chocolate. Like that, the British started to give chocolates in various forms. So what are these chocolates? The first offer, that is the first chocolate they started giving was the August offer. What is the August offer? The August offer is also called Linlithgow offer. Why it is called Linlithgow offer? Because at that time, Linlithgow was the Viceroy of India. Okay, like you know, there were Viceroys of India at that time. Okay, the August offer was proposed in 1940. Okay, specifically, to be precise, it was proposed on 8th August 1940. That is, August offer was proposed on 8th August 1940. Okay, so they made a set of proposals. The set of proposals were called August offer. Since it was made on 8th August 1940, it is called the August offer. Why they made? To make sure that Indians participate in the Second World War. Okay, so they started saying that we will allow you to make Constituent Assembly. Now, in what are the terms and conditions? They are telling, see, there will be a dominion status. Okay, they said the representative Indian body. They said a representative Indian body would be formed after the war. Okay, see, understand, friends, this is very important. This is a very important line. A representative Indian body, that is, the representative Indian body means what? That is, they are basically talking about Constituent Assembly itself would be framed after the war, not immediately. They are not telling we are going to form in 1940. They are telling after the which war? Second World War. Friends, remember this. They are telling they will make the allowed us to make the Constituent Assembly after the war. Okay, for what? To frame the constitution. That's why we are studying Constituent Assembly, because Constituent Assembly was the body which was involved in making of the constitution. Okay, dominion status was the objective for India. They are telling we are going to give dominion status. Okay, so before that they are telling a representative union body, that is Constituent Assembly, would be framed after the war. Why? So that Indians participate in the war. If you participate in the war, then only we will allow you to make representative Indian body. Okay, this was not okay with the Congress. We shall learn in future. Okay, see, the Viceroy's Executive Council would be expanded right away to include for the first time more Indians than whites. See, you know the British policies, be it police, be it judicial, whatever the education policy, whatever policies was made, they were in favor of the British, but they were discriminatory against the Indians. But this time, the Viceroy's Executive Council would be expanded. They are saying that more number of people will be included in the Viceroy's Executive Council. This they are saying they will include right away. Okay, a representative body will be framed after the war. Friends, observe this very carefully. See, representative body they will form after the war. Okay, but they are telling Viceroy's Executive Council people will be expanded. That is, the Executive Council will be expanded right away. They are telling it will be done right away, where for the first time more Indians will be there in the Executive Council than the whites. And again they are telling another condition is that defense, finance, home portfolios would remain with the British. They are telling Viceroy's Executive Council will be expanded, okay, and where there will be more Indians than the whites, but still major portfolios like defense, finance and home affairs would remain with the British. That they are telling, one side they are trying to expand the Executive Council, but getting more Indians, yeah, we will get more voice in the Executive Council, but major portfolios are still with the British. And also next thing is they are going to form a war advisory council. Okay, I have friends, they are going to form war advisory council to be established. Okay, and they are going to say assurance was given to the minorities that no transfer of power would take place to any system of government whose authority is directly denied by large and powerful elements in the Indian national life. See, don't get confused, friends. This means they are going to say, that is, they are basically saying that we would give protection to the minorities. There will be minorities will be protected. That is what the August offer is saying. Okay, going forward, these were the proposals of the August offer. Okay, so what did the Indians say for this August offer? See, the Muslim League rejected it, saying that because Muslim League wanted two constituent assemblies, because they wanted partition of the country. Okay, that is, they said there should be partition of the country, that is one India, the other one is Pakistan, and there should be Constituent Assembly for India and Constituent Assembly for Pakistan. But the August offer was saying a representative body, that is one representative body, that is Constituent Assembly only for India. Okay, that is for undivided India. But Muslim League was saying we wanted a separate country and also separate Constituent Assembly. So obviously they were not okay with the August offer. They rejected the August offer. Okay, and coming to Congress, they were not happy with the British taking decision that Indians should participate in the Second World War without the consent of the Indians, and also the idea of dominion status was not okay with the Indians. Okay, and also I'll explain about dominion status when I go to Cripps mission. Okay, so and also when they said the representative body would be formed after the war, that did not satisfy the Indian National Congress. Okay, because after the war, if the British win the war, what will happen? They will become even more powerful. When they become even more powerful, do you think they will give us freedom? Definitely not. That is why the Congress were apprehensive about the August offer. Okay, friends, understanding till here? Fine. Okay, then what did Indian National Congress take? What was the course of action of Indian National Congress when they rejected the August offer? See, Mahatma Gandhi ji initiated individual satyagraha. So, individual satyagraha Mahatma Gandhi ji initiated. So, there can be a question, who initiated the individual satyagraha? It was by Mahatma Gandhi ji. And another question, individual satyagraha was initiated in response to what? They can give August offer, Cripps mission, cabinet mission and also Mountbatten plan. The answer is August offer. So, to affirm the right of free speech, he avoided mass satyagraha, because mass satyagraha he avoided because he did not want violence. See, he he was disappointed because the violence broke out in 1921, and there was also some violence in civil disobedience movement which took place in 1930s and 1920s. Like I told, non-cooperation movement took place. There was violence was seen there also. So he did not want any violence. So he started individual satyagraha. The first three individual satyagrahis were Vinoba Bhave, Acharya Vinoba Bhave, very important name, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Brahmadan. Okay, these people you have to remember. All the three were jailed. Why? When they were doing individual satyagraha, they were put behind the bars. Okay, so the INC rejected the August offer. Where it rejected? At the Wardha meeting in August 1940. That is INC Congress at Wardha. Congress session at Wardha, the August offer was rejected. Okay, this can also be a question. Where it was rejected? It was at Wardha. Okay, it demanded complete freedom from colonial rule. Jawaharlal Nehru debunked the dominion status. Concept was a dead as a doornail. That is, dominion status is going to do nothing for us. Okay, like I told, they wanted complete freedom. Who? The Indian National Congress. See, these individual satyagrahis, they also started a march towards Delhi. Okay, which is also called Delhi Chalo movement. Okay, which is also called Delhi Chalo movement. Friends, very important. Okay, Delhi Chalo movement is related to what? Is related to August offer. This can also be a question. They can also ask which of the following is associated with August offer. The answer is Delhi Chalo movement. So Delhi Chalo movement was by whom? It was by individual satyagrahis. And individual satyagraha was started by whom? It was started by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, to affirm what? To affirm right to free speech. And important, first three important individual satyagrahi. Who are they? Vinoba Bhave, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Brahmadan. You have to remember these names. Okay, and this individual satyagraha movement failed to pick up steam and was aborted in December 1940. This is not so much important, but you have to know these names and when it started. Okay, so after the failure of August offer, the British sent the Cripps mission to India in a bid to garner support for the war. Okay, that is, and the August offer was totally rejected by the Muslim League and also the Indian National Congress. The British did not stop there. They started sending another one mission, that is Cripps mission, so that they gain Indian support in the Second World War. So what is the Cripps mission is all about? Friends, we are going to learn now. Okay, please pay attention, friends. Cripps mission is very important and question has been asked many times in many competitive exam, not just SSC, in also railways, in also UPSC, in many other state PSC exam. Okay, Cripps mission is very important, friends. Okay, so please pay attention on each of the words which I say now. Okay, so Cripps mission was sent in March 1942. So Cripps mission was sent by the British government to India in March 1942 to obtain the Indian cooperation for the British war efforts, which I told earlier. Okay, Cripps mission was headed by whom? Mission means the objective. What is the objective? Objective is to garner the support of Indians in the Second World War. Friends, understood the friends? That is the meaning of mission. Okay, mission, it is meaning though, it means objective. Okay, so it was headed by whom? Sir Richard Stafford Cripps. Okay, Sir Richard Stafford Cripps. Who was he? He was a labor minister. He was a labor minister in Winston Churchill's coalition government. Coalition government means what? Where two parties come together to form a government. That is coalition government. You must have seen lot of coalition governments in the India post 1970s and 1980s and in 1990s. Okay, so in Winston Churchill's coalition government, that is coalition government where PM was Winston Churchill, labor minister was who? Sir Stafford Cripps. Okay, you have to remember this very well, friends. Stafford Cripps was the person behind the. Who was he? He was a labor minister, education minister, home minister, prime minister. Who was he? He was a labor minister. This is the question they can ask. Okay, okay, friends. So let's move forward. Now we will learn like how we learned the proposals of the August offer. Like that, similarly we will learn proposals of the Cripps mission, friends. Okay, please don't get confused. Proposals of August offer are different and proposals of Cripps mission are different. So friends, please pay attention now. First proposal, that itself saying that it is Indian dominion, setting up of an Indian dominion. This dominion would have the freedom to remain with the British Commonwealth or secede from it. It would also be at liberty to take part in international organization. See, first thing understand, Indian dominion means, see, we would have self-rule, but majority of the areas will be under the control of the British. That is, there will be no complete independence. In simple words, there is no complete independence. Indian dominion means we are a state in a British empire, like that. Okay, Indian dominion means there is no complete freedom, absence of complete freedom, where there will be self-rule, but we are under the control of the British. Okay, and it also says that this is a significant point which we will learn in significance of Cripps mission. Okay, see, it is saying it can stay with the British Commonwealth. So the countries which are under that is the British colonies. India was also a British colony, right? They were all called grouped together and called British Commonwealth. See, those countries now play games, that is Commonwealth games, like countries like India, Australia. Okay, all these countries play games now. That is like Olympic games. That is they play Commonwealth games. Okay, that is a British Commonwealth. So those countries, that is India, can join the British Commonwealth. Okay, this dominion, that is Indian dominion, could join the British Commonwealth or secede from it. The word secede means you can come out of it. Okay, or you can leave that. What to say? You can leave that association. Okay, suppose there is one state in a country. Okay, if the state wants to come out of that country and become an independent country, which state is coming out of that country, that is the meaning of secession. Okay, understood, friends? This is the word, this is the meaning of the word secede. Okay, okay, cede means it will join, secede means it will remove. Okay, that is the meaning of secede. Okay, so, and it is also saying it would also be, that is Indian dominion would be at liberty. That is, liberty means free will to take part in international organizations. That is, it can take part in international organizations like UN, United Nations, all these things. Okay, that is the international organization. Although it was still not from UN, there was League of Nations in 1919 which failed miserably. Okay, that is what liberty to take part in international organizations means. Okay, next, very important points, friends. It is saying what? It is saying a Constituent Assembly would be framed to frame a new constitution for the country. This assembly would be having members elected by the provincial assemblies and also nominated by the princes. Okay, it is saying there will be Constituent Assembly to frame the constitution. How the people will be selected to the Constituent Assembly? It is saying there were, how the British Empire was divided, I will tell you in the further class. That is, I will go later into the session. We will learn how the British Empire was divided. One is British provinces, another one is British princely states. Okay, for the assemblies, people were to be from the British provinces. How the people were to be selected to the Constituent Assembly? People would be elected. That election is what? Indirect election. I will tell what is election, direct election, indirect election, and we discuss other topics of Indian polity. Okay, and from the princely state where the kings were ruling, it was people would be nominated. Understood, friends? That is, people will be elected from the assemblies and people will be nominated from the princely states. Okay, understand, friends? This is very important point. Okay, election from provincial assemblies, nomination from princely states. Okay, friends, is that clear? I hope it is clear. Okay, another thing, any province unwilling to join the Indian dominion, any province which is not interested to join the Indian dominion could form a separate union and have a separate constitution. So that is, it is supporting partition. Suppose Muslim League is saying we don't want to join the Indian dominion and form a separate union. That is, it is wanting to form Pakistan and have a separate constitution. This is exactly what Muslim League wanted, right? That is, it is supporting partition. Okay, that provision is present in the Cripps mission. Okay, understand, friend? Very important. Okay, the transfer of power and the rights of minority would be safeguarded by the negotiations between Constituent Assembly and the British government. See, again it is saying, see, the transfer of power would be smooth transfer of power. Okay, it will not be arbitrary transfer of power. It will be smooth transfer of power. Again it is saying rights of the minorities. Okay, see, rights of the minorities, even the, which one? August Offer spoke about protecting the rights of the minorities. Even the Cripps mission is talking about protecting the rights of the minorities. Okay, again important, friends. There can be a question, which of the following statements are false? The Cripps mission did not talk about the rights of the minorities. Okay, so the answer is, this is the correct answer. That is, this statement is wrong because it spoke about protecting the rights of the minorities. The same thing was said by August Offer. Understood, friends? These are the questions can be framed. Okay, so if you have a basic idea what it is saying about the basic proposals, you will be able to answer the questions very easily, friends. It's just that you have to revise. Okay, you have to revise these basic points again and again. In the meantime, until the new constitution came into force, see, in the meantime, until the new constitution came into force, they are saying, Cripps mission is saying, India's defense would be controlled by the British until new constitution is formed and the powers of Governor General would be remain unaltered. See here, until the new constitution comes into force. See, first Constituent Assembly should be formed and then the new constitution should come into force. Before that, until then, okay, until that point, India's defense would be controlled by the British and powers of Governor General would remain unaltered. Okay, see, they are saying support us in the war. Until new constitution comes, India's defense will be controlled by the British. Okay, see, when British win the war, suppose if British win the war, they will become even more powerful. Okay, at that time, do you think they will allow us to make the constitution? And they are even saying they will control the defense. In August offer, they said that famous portfolios like defense, okay, finance, and also home affairs would be with the British. Okay, so that was totally unacceptable for the Indian National Congress, and the Governor General would remain unaltered. That is Governor General of India. Okay, we will be having a separate topics when we learn about the Governor Generals of India, maybe in Indian polity, or when we study about history. When we study modern history, we will be learning about important Governor Generals and their contribution, because question has been asked repeatedly from this topic, that is Governor Generals. Okay, next, moving forward, these were the proposals, that is dominion status, they can come out of the British Commonwealth, okay, or stay with the British Commonwealth, and there will be liberty, and also Constituent Assembly where members will be elected from the provincial assemblies and nominated from the princely state. Understood, friends? So this is about constitution framing body, that is Constituent Assembly, that was put forward by Cripps Mission. Okay, they also said rights of the minorities would be protected, and they also said any province which is unwilling to join the Indian Dominion could come out of it, that is, it is supporting the partition. Okay, next thing, what was India's response? Or before that, we will learn what was the significance of Cripps Mission. Okay, significance of Cripps Mission. See, first thing is, for the first time, the British government acknowledged India's right to be what? India's right to be a dominion. Okay, India can be a dominion. For the first time, British acknowledged. That is, acknowledged means accepted. Okay, and they also said India could frame their own constitution. Okay, that is what it said. That is after the war. The proposal of giving freedom to provinces to be a separate union turned out to be a model for countries' partition in 1947. That is, like I told, any union could come out of the Indian Dominion and form a separate union. That is, it is supporting partition. That became a reality in 1947 when partition happened. That is, Pakistan was separated from India. Okay, that is what is the significance of Cripps Mission. The right to secede from Commonwealth indicated that full sovereignty at a later stage. That is, they said that the right to secede. Okay, this is not right to secede, this is right to secede. Okay, Commonwealth, that is British Commonwealth, that is the right to come out of the British Commonwealth. Means you are coming out, if you are allowed to come out, means that means you will have full sovereignty. Sovereignty means what? In basic terms, understand, friends, very important term, sovereignty. Sovereignty, what is democracy, what is republic, what is secular, what is socialist, all these things we will learn when we go to which chapter, that is preamble, friends. Okay, but in basic terms, I will tell you what sovereignty is. Suppose you are in a home. What decision you want to take in your home should be decided by you. No external person should come and tell you to do that, to do or take that decision or the decision which you don't like. Okay, that is the meaning of sovereignty. That is, you are having the free will to take the decisions for your country. That is the meaning of sovereignty, friends. Okay, this is the basic concept of sovereignty. I am telling in basic way what sovereignty means. Okay, going forward, when I teach preamble, you will understand sovereignty. What is internal sovereignty, what is external sovereignty, whether we really have sovereignty, what is parliamentary sovereignty, is our sovereignty supreme, is parliament supreme. All these things we are going to learn when we learn preamble, friends. So please stay tuned to our YouTube channel and please watch the classes in a regular way so that your concepts become very clear and you can attend all the questions. Okay, that is coming from these topics in the examination. Okay, next thing is, they also said in the interim period, Indians were guaranteed a good share in administration. This was also one of the proposals of the Cripps Mission. Okay, friends, that is not that important. But why the proposals failed? Why the Cripps proposal failed? Because the British themselves, okay, the British, some of the conservative British, there was also a conservative party. Also, conservative is one of the political parties in British. They saw these proposals was too radical. That is, they are telling that we are giving too much independence. Okay, because Okay, the proposals were to seen as too radical by the British, and it was seen as too conservative by whom? The British saw this as too radical because they are thinking that we are giving too much power. Why we have to give so much power to make them to participate in the war? That is not required. We are giving too much what? Too much what to say? Too much free will to them in order to garner their support. This is not required. That is what the some of the British felt. Okay, and it was felt too conservative by whom? It was felt too conservative by the Indian National Congress. Why it felt too conservative? Why it felt too conservative? Because it felt that need for complete independence. The Indian National Congress wanted complete independence, not dominant status. Okay, the Cripps Mission said we will give dominant status. This was not acceptable for Indian National Congress. The stand for Indian National Congress always, okay, it wanted dominion status. No, not dominant status. Sorry, it wanted complete independence. No dominant status. Nothing doing. Give complete independence. Talk further. No complete independence. Dominant status don't come. That is what the meaning of what was the stature taken by Indian National Congress with respect to Cripps Mission. This is the same thing, the stand which they took with respect to August offer also, friends. So remember, friends, Indian National Congress rejected dominion status. Okay, friends, the mission was rejected by INC, Muslim League and other Indian groups also. The Hindu Mahasabha and liberals were against the rights of the states to secede. See, remember, very important, friends. See, the Hindu Mahasabha and the liberals were against the right to secede, rights of the states to secede. That is, when they said that some parts of India which are part of the Indian Dominion, they can leave the Indian Dominion and form separate states, separate union and separate constitution. That is, when the Cripps Mission is supporting partition, this is not acceptable to Hindu Mahasabha and the liberals. The right of the states to secede is not possible, is what Hindu Mahasabha and the liberals said. As per the Indian Constitution, present Constitution, no state can leave the Indian Union. Okay, this is not permissible in the Indian Constitution. Remember this very important point, friend. Suppose there is Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh once decides to say we don't want to be part of Indian country, we will form a separate country. That is not allowable. Okay, suppose Gujarat says we don't want to be a part of the Indian Union, we will become part of Pakistan, or we will become a separate country called Gujarat. That is not possible. Okay, the right to secede for the states are not available. Okay, okay, friends, fine. So the deprived classes, when it comes to deprived classes, see how different people felt when the Cripps Mission came. It was too radical for the British. The British themselves felt it is too radical. What was the conservatives' reaction? Conservatives, I mean the Indian National Congress felt it was too conservative because they wanted complete independence. Okay, and Muslim League also rejected because it said that what? All these demands will be fulfilled after the war. This was not acceptable for the Muslim League, and the Hindu Mahasabha and the liberals were against the right of the states to secede. And what did the depressed classes feel? They felt objected because they were apprehensive, that is, they were doubtful about their status in a country where they would be a minority. The depressed classes felt they would be a minority when the union would be formed, that is, when the separate union would be formed, they would feel that they will become a minority. So depressed classes, right from that time before constitution also, okay, they felt apprehensive about the moves of the British. Okay, understood, friends? So this was the varied response to Cripps Mission, how different sections felt about the proposals of the Cripps Mission. Okay, next, going forward. Okay, so the idea of Constituent Assembly put forward by August offer and also by Cripps Mission was completely rejected by different sections of the society or different unions, that is Indian National Congress, Muslim League, and also by depressed classes. Next, Cabinet Mission Plan. Very important, friends. Cabinet Mission Plan was sent in 1946. So before this, one thing you have to understand. Okay, one thing you have to understand, friends. In 1945, important event took place in England. Okay. Okay, in England, elections took place. There was Conservative Party and another one was Labour Party. Okay, Conservative Party lost and Labour Party won. From the Labour Party, Sir Clement Attlee became the Prime Minister. So Labour Party, Sir Clement Attlee became the Prime Minister. See, he was a little rational man, so he decided to send a mission to India for the transfer of powers from the British Indian government to the Indian leaders. So he felt that they have to give them independence. That is what Clement Attlee felt, the then British Prime Minister. Important event is 1945 elections. Okay, he sent the cabinet mission plan in 1946. You have to remember cabinet mission plan, who sent it and when it was sent, 1946. And most important thing is, friends, you have to remember the members, Sir Patrick Lawrence. You have to remember the members, friends. Okay, you have to remember the members. Sir Patrick Lawrence, A.V. Alexander and Stafford Cripps. Sir Patrick Lawrence, why you underline? He was the president of the mission. President of which mission? Not Cripps mission. He was the president of the cabinet mission, friends. He was the president of the cabinet mission plan. Okay, so Sir Patrick Lawrence was the president of the cabinet mission. Okay, this is it about cabinet mission. These three members you have to remember. You have to remember about the proposals. So the Dominion of India would be granted independence without any partition. They said there would be complete independence. There will be no partition. Okay, so they are saying there will be no partition. There will be granted independence and there will be no partition. They are saying provinces will be divided into three groups. This you need not remember. That is Group A, Group B and Group C. These are the states or provinces that would be in Group A, Group B, Group C states. Okay, and the Muslim majority provinces are grouped into two groups and remaining Hindu majority into one of the groups. Okay, that is three groups, two for Muslim majority and one for Hindu majority. And the central government at Delhi would have powers over the defense, foreign affairs, communications and currency, that is finance. Okay, central government would have powers over control over defense, foreign affairs, communications and finance. You know it is almost the similar. The rest of the powers, that is the remaining powers, be it education, be it cultural, be it tourism, all these powers would rest with the provinces, that is with the states. Okay, provinces means states, basically states. Okay, a constituent assembly would be set up for writing a new constitution for the country. An interim government would be established until a new government was formed on the basis of constitution written by the Constituent Assembly. So, the proposals of cabinet mission. Once again I am repeating, friends, please pay attention. First thing is the Dominion of India would be granted complete independence. Okay, that is without any partition, and they will be grouped into three sections. One is Muslim majority, the another one is Hindu majority. Next they are saying at the Delhi, that is central government at Delhi would have powers over defense, foreign affairs, communication and currency, and the rest of the powers would be vested with the provinces, that is the states. Okay, next friends, a Constituent Assembly for the making of constitution would be set up. Okay, it will be set up definitely, that's what they are saying. So the idea of Constituent Assembly would be set up as per the India's needs, as per was put forward by whom? That is by cabinet mission plan. So before that is being made, there should be some government, that is called interim government. That interim government would be established until by new government as per the constitution framed by the Constituent Assembly would be formed. An interim government would be there. Okay, that is what the proposals of the cabinet mission. Okay, so the cabinet mission rejected the idea of partition, but they put forward a plan which more or less satisfies the Muslim League, and it satisfies the needs of the Congress also. So the cabinet mission plan was a success. So the idea of Constituent Assembly put forward by cabinet mission plan was accepted. August offer, Constituent Assembly put forward by August offer, rejected. Cripps mission, rejected, friends. When it comes to cabinet mission, accepted, friends. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, next we'll learn about composition of Constituent Assembly. So when it comes to composition, friends, how the seats were allotted. See, total as per cabinet mission plan, they said there should be total of 389 seats. Okay, that is basically 1 out of 10 lakh people. Out of 10 lakh people, 1 will be elected to the Constituent Assembly. India was to be divided into 3 parts. Okay, the British India was divided into 3 parts. British Empire was divided into 3 parts. That is British India. It had 11 provinces. Okay, out of 389, 292 seats would be allotted to British India. Princely state, that is ruled by the kings. It will be having 93 seats. Next is commissionerate area. That is British India means British are directly controlling or directly ruling over there. But some areas were indirectly ruled by the British by their representatives. That is commissionerate area. That is 4 seats. Which are this commissionerate area, friends? That is also very important. One was Delhi, next was Ajmer Marwar, that is in Rajasthan, next is Balochistan, next is Kur. This is in Karnataka, Kur. Okay, these were the 4 commissionerate areas. They can be asked in the examination. This has actually been asked in SSC CHSL examination, friends. So very important, friends. Please pay attention. Okay, next this is how the seats were allotted in Constituent Assembly. Okay, so now we will talk about Constituent Assembly elections. Okay, Constituent Assembly elections when it was held in July August 1946. Friends, this question was asked in SSC CPO exam. Okay, when it was held July August 1946. In the election results, 208 by Congress. Okay, Muslim League 73, others 15. Okay, some other facts we'll learn about Constituent Assembly. Okay, when the elections were held, there were people who were nominated. First Anglo-Indian was Frank Anthony. This was also asked. Okay, first Anglo-Indian to be nominated to the Constituent Assembly, that is Frank Anthony. Okay, even though we were having people, that is Anglo-Indians, who were nominated to the Parliament of India. The Constituent Assembly ultimately became Parliament of India. We will learn that in future classes of Indian Polity. Okay, see, first Anglo-Indian is Frank Anthony. Frank Anthony was the first Anglo-Indian. Anglo-Indian means what? Suppose a child whose mother is in India but father is in other country. He is an Anglo-Indian. That person is an Anglo-Indian. Okay, he or she is an Anglo-Indian. Okay, it is also the vice versa. Other country, father is in this country, that is India. He is also an Anglo-Indian, that person. Okay, from Parsi community, P.H. Modi was nominated. Okay, so this is a very important fact. Okay, now there is current affairs 104 constitutional amendment. According to this, some background to this. See, Article 331, the President can nominate 2 members to Parliament, and at Article 333, the Governor can nominate 1 person to Legislative Assembly, to State Legislative Assemblies. 2 Anglo-Indian to Parliament, 2 State Legislative Assembly. Under Article 331, Article 333. That is by President under Article 331, Governor by Article 333. Under Constituent Amendment, 104th Constitution Amendment Act, this was scrapped. That is, there will be there will be no nomination of members to, that is which members, Anglo-Indian members to the Constituent Assembly or Parliament now. Okay, so this is scrapped. So these powers are not there with President nor with the Governor. Understood, friends? This is not there now. I am talking about Constituent Assembly. This power is not there now. So this is the current affairs. This is how we cover the current affairs and we teach the subject itself. Okay, very important current affairs. Okay, next coming to some other important facts. See, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar first was elected from East Bengal province. Okay, but like you know, there was partition of Bengal. That is, partition of Bengal took place in 1905. But when the Indian Union was formed, some parts of Bengal went into Bangladesh. So that part from where Dr. Ambedkar was elected, that also went into Bangladesh. So that is East Pakistan. Then it was called East Pakistan. Okay, after Bangladesh Liberation War, it was called Bangladesh. Okay. So after it went to Bangladesh, East Bengal, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had to be again elected to the Constituent Assembly. So from Mumbai presidency, Embark was the member. Okay, he resigned. He resigned from Mumbai presidency. He himself resigned from Mumbai presidency. Okay, so Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was elected from Pune seat. Okay, from the Pune seat, from Pune area, he was elected to the Constituent Assembly. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, he was later elected. Okay, next we have to learn about Constituent Assembly, certain meetings. Okay, certain other facts. See, Constituent Assembly first meeting. When it comes to first meeting, it was held in 9 December 1946 in Delhi. Very important. 1946, where it was held, not in Lahore. It was held in Delhi. Okay, and its president was whom? President was Sachidananda Sinha, and he was a temporary president. Understand, friends? When it comes to Muslim League did not participate in the Constituent Assembly meeting. Okay, next, total members who joined the Constituent Assembly ultimately was 208. Okay, see, first thing is they told there should be 389 members, cabinet mission plan, but ultimately number of members who joined was 208. Okay, next thing is second meeting was held in 11 December 9 December 1st. Second meeting is 11 December 1946. The president was Rajendra Prasad. So, he is the permanent president. See, Rajendra Prasad, another important fact is, he was the first president who became the president of India for 2 consecutive terms. Okay, for the first time. Okay, next vice president was H.C. Mukherjee. He is also very important. All the points which I am underlining is very important. Okay, because the questions have been repeatedly asked from these points. Okay. Okay, friend. This is it about Constituent Assembly. Okay. We will discuss some questions in this class and also some questions in the next class. So first the first question says the idea of Constituent Assembly was formally propounded by whom? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute for you to think, friends. So the options are Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, M.N. Roy, Mahatma Gandhi. What is the answer, friends? Mahatma Gandhi? No, friends. The answer is M.N. Roy. Okay, the answer is M.N. Roy. He put forward the idea of Constituent Assembly formally in 1934. Okay, in 1934. Okay, friends. Going for our next question. Who gave the expression that Indian Constitution will be according to the Indians? Please pay attention, friends. The question says, who gave the expression? Which person? It is asking. What is the expression? Indian Constitution will be according to the Indians. Is it Mahatma Gandhi, Motilal Nehru, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Bal Gangadhar Tilak? Okay. The answer is Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Another important fact is Mahatma Gandhi considered this person Gopal Krishna Gokhale as his political guru. Okay. Why he considered that all we are going to discuss in detail when we learn Indian national movement. Okay. Mahatma Gandhi said these words. Indian Constitution will be according to the Indian. This is what I discussed when I was discussing about the idea of Constituent Assembly. Remember, friends, that is whatever I discussed from all those things, POIQs has been asked. These are nothing but the POIQs. Okay, friends. In which year did the Congress pass the resolution demanding the creation of a constitution by Indian people without any external interference? Okay, that is the demand for Constituent Assembly for India for framing the constitution without any external interference. When was the demand put forward by the Indian National Congress? It is basically asking the years. So years are also very important when it comes to SSC, CGL and CHSL exam. So the answer is what? The answer is 1937. The answer is 1937. Okay, friends? Got it, friends? Fine. So, in 1938, who demanded the formation of Constituent Assembly on the basis of adult suffrage? Okay, this I have not discussed, but this is asked in the examination. This has been asked in the examination. Okay, so most of the topics will cover through our discussion, but some questions or some topics we will also cover through questions. So please pay attention to the questions also, friends. So please pay, whether you answer or not, please watch the questions. Please watch and read the questions and try to answer. Okay, you will get the extra information. Adult suffrage means, adult means what? 18 and above. Suffrage means right to vote. So members should be elected to the Constituent Assembly based on their age, that is 18 and above, was put forward by whom in 1938. It was no one but it was by Jawaharlal Nehru. It was put forward by no one else but Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, remember, friends, very important, friends. Okay, this has been asked before and it can be asked again and again. Okay, very important, friends. Which plan put forward the idea that the Constituent Assembly would be formed in India after the war? Okay, after the war, who told? Even August Offer told, even Cripps Mission told, but in these options there is no August Offer, but Cripps Mission is there. So the answer is what? So the answer is what, friends? What, friends? The answer is Cripps Mission. Please pay attention. Even August Offer told after the war, even Cripps Mission said after the war. Depending on the options, we should answer. Okay. Okay, next question, friends. The demand for Constituent Assembly was put forward by whom? Was first put forward by whom? They are asking Indians. That is formally by M.N. Roy, like we discussed in the previous question. I mean, in earlier question. They are asking in general. That is B.R. Ambedkar. Is it B.R. Ambedkar? Is it Jawaharlal Nehru? Is it M.N. Roy? Is it Bal Gangadhar Tilak? The answer is, like you know, friends, it is Tilak. It was put forward in 1895. Through what? Through Swaraj Bill. But it was rejected by the British. Okay, friends? Okay, going forward. According to which the Constituent Assembly of India was constituted. They are saying, based on the options, according to which of these plans the Constituent Assembly of India was constituted. See, like I told, August Offer, Cripps Mission, they all put forward the idea for Constituent Assembly, even Cabinet Mission and all these people. Okay, but which plan was accepted and according to which plan the Constituent Assembly of India was constituted, that is was formed? It was formed as per Cabinet Mission Plan, which came in 1946, sent by Clement Attlee, and its president is who? Who is the president? Stafford Cripps? No. President is Patrick Lawrence. Okay, A.B. Alexander was also a member. Stafford Cripps is Richard Stafford Cripps is also a member, but the president was Patrick Lawrence. Okay, friends. Next question. Initiation of the Indian National Congress. INC means Indian National Congress. Did Congress make a demand for Constituent Assembly? I told this was discussed in our session. Not Lahore, not Bombay, not Calcutta. It was in Faizpur session. Okay, it was in Faizpur session. Next, friends. Next question. According to Cabinet Mission Plan, how many members were to be in the Constituent Assembly? Cabinet Mission Plan also told how many members should be in the Constituent Assembly. So according to Cabinet Mission Plan, it was how many? Not 309, it was 389. Ultimately, how many joined? It was 208. But Cabinet Mission Plan, they said that there should be 389. This was to be divided between whom? Divided between British Indian provinces, princely states, and British Commissionerate area. Which were the Commissionerate areas? Remember, friends, it is Delhi, Ajmer Marwar, Balochistan, and also what? And also it is Coorg, which is in Karnataka. Okay, friend. Last question for the day. The members of the Constituent Assembly were elected, nominated, both A and B, none. It is asking how the members of the Constituent Assembly were elected. I mean, how the members of the Constituent Assembly were selected. Okay, Cripps Mission itself said, you have read the point in the proposal. Okay, in one of the point it said, even Cabinet Mission said the same thing. Okay, from the British provinces, people should be elected. Okay, from the princely states, they should be nominated by the kings. So it is both elected and nominated. So what is the answer, friends? The answer is both A and B. Understood, friends? From the British provinces, it is to be elected. From the princely states, it is to be nominated. So this is how we are going to discuss PYQs. So we are not going to teach unrelated contents. Whatever we teach is asked in the examination. Whatever we teach will be asked in the examination again. Okay, what is previously asked, based on that we prepare the content and we teach you. Okay, and whatever we teach you will come in the examination. Okay, most of it will come from our class. Okay, because we will discuss in depth. We are discussing in great depth, students. Okay, so you are not going to miss out on anything. And along with this, if you join the paid course, what will happen is, based on Constituent Assembly itself, you will get lot of questions. So through that, your concepts will become very crystal clear. Any question you will be able to answer. That is the advantage of joining the paid course. Anyway, students, if you please follow the YouTube sessions which we take every day regularly from now, you will be gaining lot of knowledge when it comes to general awareness, also English, also reasoning, also quantitative aptitude. Okay, that will create a foundation for you for the examination based on the what? Based on your views, based on your opinion, watching the classes, whether you are getting real knowledge or not. Okay, depending on that, you can join the students, but paid courses are going to help you in another way because you will be assigned a mentor. Okay, friends? Okay, friends? Okay, friends. So this is how the classes will be held every day. Okay, we have started our journey with Indian Polity. Today we learned how the Constitution is formed, who formed the Constitution, that is Constituent Assembly, and its various features and its composition. So from next class we will dive deep into the Indian Polity. That is, we are going to learn various chapters involved in the Indian Polity. We are going to learn scheduled parts and articles also. As and when we learn each chapter, the articles associated with that chapter we are going to learn. We need not by heart any article. Whatever article we discuss, from those articles only questions will come. Okay, friends, thank you so much. Take care.